सलाम मेरे अजीज पंखों।
Damn, my heart was still beating fast. I was still feeling myself in his arms, the warmth of his emerald, and still around me. My heart was fluttering and shivering. I looked at him, who was talking to someone. I went to washroom and washed my face. I looked up in mirror and find the image of me and him hugging each other. Gosh, what you did? Why did I hug him back? What is happening to me? Why are you beating so fast? I said as I put my hand on my heart. Whatever I was feeling, I decided not to express it. I don't want him to know that he was affecting me. I came out of the restroom and bring some meal for me. I was again feeling hungry when I fight or cry. I start eating my food when he came closer to me. Jungle, you start eating without me, but we just had our dinner a half an hour ago. He asked, and I just shrugged my shoulders. I put my spoon in my mouth and concentrate on my meal. I was showing him that I really don't care if he ate or not, but in reality, it was hard for me to eat without him. I know he did his dinner, but still, I was not feeling good eating without him. In this whole month, I used to eat with him, and now without him. But I pretended that I am enjoying my meal. He grabbed my plate, and I looked up in shock. They, what the hell are you doing? I yelled, don't know why, maybe on my inner situation. The feeling developing inside me was irritating me. Jungkook, you didn't ask me and start eating without me. How dare you? He asked with angry face. He again started, but not this time. I stand in front of him. I tried to grab my plate, but he was not letting me. They, give me my plate, I said as I went closer to him. I kept trying to reach my plate, but he was not giving me. Jungkook, I yelled. Yes, beer, he said and smiled devilishly. They, if you want to eat, then go get your food, not mine. Now give me my plate, I said, but he shook his head and started eating from my plate. You, I said, and ran after him. He was running to save himself from me, and I was behind him to catch him. He placed plate on table and turned to me. I was about to reach him when he ran out. I followed him. As I stepped out, he threw a glass of water on my face. I was shocked. I looked at him. Jungkook, stop doing all this, Jungkook. I'm the best, you know. They, he said and winked at me. He went inside the room and I was still there in shock. I touched my face and wet hair. My anger started boiling. This is too much, you monster. I turned to my room fully angered. I saw him eating peacefully. I went near the table and picked the jar. He was not looking at me. I stand in front of him. He looked at me, confused. I leaned toward his face. His eyes were in front of me, deeply engaged in my eyes. You should stop messing up with me, I said. In the next second, I poured the jug full of water on his head and face. He was shocked. I smiled. He opened his eyes and looked at me. I raised my both brows to tease him. I laughed looking at his wet face and hair. They, you, Jungkook yelled, and that was the time for me to run. I placed the jug on the table and almost ran. He was after me. I was running around bed and he was trying to catch me. You are going to pay for this, he said while chasing me. Catch me first, I said and tried to run out. They, I went near the door when he grabbed my arm and pulled me toward him. I collided with him and we both cannot maintain our balance. And in next second, we were on floor. I was on top of him. It took few seconds to realize in which position we were. I tried to get up, but he pulled me more closer to him. His one hand was around my waist. They, Leave me, I said, looked up in his eyes. I stopped where I was. His eyes were deeply fixed on me. His other hand reached my face, and he held the stand of my hair in his finger. He pulled a little, and my face leaned me close to him. I want to say something. I want to yell. I want to free myself, but he just captured me in his eyes, and I forget that I hate this man. How I let him close to me. He spun me on ground, and he was on top of me. He didn't avert his eyes, nor I. I was not able to. His hand reached my face and started clearing my cheeks with his thumb. I didn't stop him. Jungkook, you really like to fight with me, don't you? He broke the silence, and I came out of the track of his eyes. I put my hands on his chest to move him back, but he was so strong for me to move. They move, I said and leaned more closer. His wet hair was touching my forehead. I was getting nervous on his nearness. My heart was beating so fast, and I was feeling it would come out before he could say or do anything. His mobile rang. He came out of the track and straightened himself. I got up and went inside the washroom to hide myself. As I stepped in washroom, I put my hand on my heart to stop it faster beating. But it was impossible. My heart was running more faster just to think about him. Stop, Deong. What is happening to you? I scolded myself, but my heart was not in my control. I took deep breath to calm myself. I came out of and tried to behave normal. He was nowhere in the room. I took my pillow and lay down on couch. I closed my eyes. Go away. Leave me alone. I said, frustrated, imagining him. I closed my eyes. I felt him closer in the room. I didn't open my eyes. I was feeling his eyes on me. My palms were getting sweaty. My heartbeat was increasing. I turned to other side to hide myself from his eyes. My body was burning just to think about him. He was increasing my heartbeat. I closed my eyes tightly and fell asleep. Jungkook, Theo, was really testing me. His every move was making me crazy, for which I was scrolling myself. Why I was like to teasing him, why I want him to talk to me, to fight with me. All the chase and water game was playing in our room. It was the time which I really enjoyed. I just want to stay with him like this, and this thing was killing me. Why I was thinking him, what is he doing to me? Jungkook, I am pulled together him unknowledgely, but I don't want this stupid kind of feeling inside my heart, which makes my heart beat faster. When I came near him, I don't want this stupid kind of feeling inside my heart, which makes my heart beat faster. When I came near him, I was roaming here and there in the lawn, just thinking about a few minutes ago moments. I was so close to him. His eyes, his nose, his lips, and his wet hairs. Everything was making me crazy. I was lost in him when rose gold bring me out of hypnotism. I went out and started talking to her. He was talking about his fiancée and their wedding planning. While I was still in those big sighs, my mind was still recalling all the moments we shared. I was not listening her, but my heart and my mind was just thinking about him. Rose, Jungkook, are you listening? Beer, I whispered. Huh? Excuse me? She said, and I, without hearing her other word, cut the call and ran to my